strength, no. Whole wide world governed by them serpents, yeah.
All right, some people say school fees, others say just want to give the schools some money because the schools actually need money to look after infrastructure and all kinds of different stuff. But they're supposed to be paid voluntarily, we are told. I know we are hearing reports that some schools are treating the fees as mandatory. How do parents navigate this issue? We've invited Mrs. Stuart Jacobs, president of the National Parent Teachers Association, to talk about that. Morning, my friend. Welcome to Smile.
Morning, Bertus. Morning.
Fortis.
Forever.
What's your group's role overall? Before we get specific here, what are you asked to do?
We're responsible for all PTAs in Jamaica. So all PTAs, we have 7 regions, and each region has a chairperson that manages that region, and it bubbles up to us at the national.
And responsible in this scenario means what?
We guide PTAs, and we work as a conduit between the Ministry of Education and PTAs, in addition to any stakeholder in the education system.
Is that only for public schools or private schools?
Public and private schools.
Public and private, okay.
We
all right.
Advise to, we're advisable.
So we hear fees, we hear contribution, we hear pay what you can, we hear help the school. What is supposed to happen? I take my son or my daughter to high school for the first time, and the principal says, well, you have to buy this, and you have to buy that, and you have to buy this, you have to pay for that. What is supposed to happen?
There are some fees. First, let me give you the background, yes? The Ministry of Education for high school, as an example, pays to the school $17,000 per year per child. Those on path, $19,000 per year.
Per child?
Per child. In reality, to really manage a school per child for the school year is just about $120,000.
And the ministry give them 17.
17, but put this in perspective.
What 10%?
The last time there was, the fee that is currently being paid now by the government is going on 8 years now. And let's measure what inflation has been. Yep. So schools really come under strain. So it must be, the ministry must be commended on the fact that they have said to principals, do not charge exorbitant fees. Instead, make it be one that is affordable and manageable, and ask for payment plans and all of that. Because the school cannot manage without these contributions. Additionally, what's even more important and critical here is that in order for the school to expand its reach, its education reach to each child, there has to be that contribution from others, including us as parents. And it can be done through that asking of a school fee, plus the contribution from the government, and fundraisers and the alumni association that helps to really fund a lot of schools. Woe be to the schools that don't have strong alumni. You know, so PTAs step in there, or the schools really go under strain.
What do these fees cover? I mean, it may vary from primary school to secondary school, but just give us a ballpark idea.
Quite a bit. You have specialized teachers that the school might want to bring in. It covers some of the amenities that needs in the school, extracurricular activities, funding of labs, chemistry labs, physics labs. It also covers meals for some students who can't afford it. It also covers the infrastructural development of the school.
Doesn't the ministry pay teachers?
The pay teachers, but the school might want to have go into exam period. They might need a specialized teacher.
And I accept that, but wouldn't the ministry pay the teacher?
No. There's a budget that the ministry operates from, like any entity.
I know, but if you say they pay a teacher, what's the difference between an English teacher and a specialized? No, what's the difference between an English teacher and a specialized teacher?
A specialized teacher might come in after school hours to drill into or to zoom into a specific area, going into an exam period.
Like a tutor in a way.
Tutor, yes. Okay. Isolated. So the schools need that additional funding schools also need that additional contribution from all the stakeholders, including parents.
All right, so I go in and they said to me, all right, you have to pay this. And I said, no, the ministry said I don't have to pay any money, and I don't have any money to pay you. What happens?
What the ministry has done, and again I have to commend them for it, is to ensure the fundamental right that every student in Jamaica, every child in Jamaica, will get an education, having the fees or not. And that is something that we are protected by. And so when the ministry makes that pronouncement, it's very good. Because it means that no child can be turned.
Yeah, but don't you open a can of worms if 100 parents come in and say, I don't have any money, and you can't run my kids, then what I do?
You can't do it. The school cannot do it. And so the ministry has made it safeguarding the parent and the child to get that privilege of education. However, what is also very critical here is that parents should have a conscience and look at it and say, your child is getting a product that you should be paying for. You pay your taxes, yes. The government is subsidizing it quite a bit. We need to also step in and help to fund it.
Where you sit at the National Parent Teachers Association, how do schools navigate their way forward in instances where parents say, hey, listen, we don't have it, or a majority of parents say they don't have it? Do they cut things? Do they get creative?
Some schools have done that. They have had to cut some programs because they can't afford it, because they prior to these pronouncements, the school fees were mandatory. You had to pay it, and it helped to really cushion the expenses. But what I'm advising schools and parents to do now is to sit and negotiate. It's a business. You're sending a child to school to get them educated. It comes at a cost. It's subsidized somewhat. But however, at the same time, you can sit with the school administration and negotiate a payment plan and all that.
Sir Stewie, why would it cost a school $100,000 per child? For what?
To cover the things I talk about. I mean, equipping labs, the extracurriculars, the additional infrastructural development of the plant itself, the additional teachers, field trips. All of those are essential, very essential to the learning process. It's not just going into a classroom and going home. There are other things around the perimeter that needs to be exposed. The child to be exposed to it, for the education system to be fully reached. So important.
So important, but it seems like we're going to have some issues because some of these parents just really and truly can't afford it.
I hope it don't, and we do know the economic strain, but we ask that we start the school year without any disruption. The hurricane has done a lot already. Let us sit with the school administration, parents, and negotiate.
And you're kind of suggesting that if you can, help.
Pay it, man.
Yeah, if you can help. And I agree with that.
Would you at any point recommend mandatory school fees again, or stay where we are and...
Stay where we are and build into a reasonable middle ground that you pay.
Yeah, fair enough. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Stuart Jacobs, President of the National Parent Teachers Association. Coming up, Team Jamaica's swimming sensation, Sabrina Lynn. Stay with us for the splash.